It's the end of the 2003 NFL season, fast approaching the 2004 NFL Draft. With Marshall Faulk in steady decline, not even in his prime, they rapidly see his decline. So in 2004 NFL Draft, they got a guy from Oregon State. His name was Steven Jackson. The two-time All-Pac-10 athlete was selected in the 24th pick overall in the first round. In his rookie season, he actually shared time with the late great Marshall Faulk. Actually, not too bad of a first year. In 2005, he took over full-time as a starting running back. And then from then, 2005 to 2012, as the end of his run of being a Rams starting running back and a legit running back. Well, during his time, he was a great running back, but often forgotten. Let's face it, in the 2000s, there were a bunch of great running backs. Larry Johnson, and then LaDainian Tomlinson, Ricky Williams, Tiki Barber, Sean Alexander, Frank Gore, especially in his division. Frank Gore and Sean Alexander at the end of his years. Let's be honest, it's really hard with Frank Gore in the same division as you and more recognition as you and has more yards than you and be put in front of you. Let's be honest with that. As being an underrated running back, well, there was a lot of underrated running backs that are pretty good. In the 2000s, Brian Westbrook, Darian Sproles, Maurice Jones-Drew. There was a lot, even in the underrated category, he was still being forgotten about at times. While that is happening, in 2006, he had a career high 13 rushing touchdowns. He went to his first Pro Bowl in 2006, and let's be honest, there was two other times, in 2009 and 2010. And you would think he would get at least 8 touchdowns every year, but with a sorry team that wasted mostly his prime career and not being recognized because of a sorry St. Louis Rams team that is far beyond the greatest show on turf, with everybody pretty much gone, and having a quarterback named Mark Bolger, having him as his quarterback was not the greatest idea for him. Basically wasting all of his years as a team as a whole. The St. Louis Rams basically wasted his prime career. What could have been if he even had a half-decent team compared to the Rams. Even though they had a team that held him back a lot, well, he actually had a pretty good, decent career of what he had. He had the most rushing yards as a Ram player, even going past his predecessor, Marshall Faulk. And let's be honest here, he did not fumble the football very much. He was actually Mr. Reliable. He was holding on to the football a lot. He was basically the team's only scoring player. But at times he didn't even get a lot of touchdowns, even though he's the most leading scorer on that team for 8 consecutive years. He's the only Ram player to have 150 rushing yards and 100 plus receiving yards in the same game. He's also a 3-time Pro Bowler, a 2-time second-team All-Pro in the NFL, and he was a guy no one really wanted to tackle. He brought intensity to the game. He brought some highlights. He was the Mr. Highlight guy in the morning and Sports Center of the top 10 plays or highlights of the game of the day prior. He was that guy to bring moments into the St. Louis Rams. At the end of his tenure of the Rams, he got traded off and signed off to the Falcons and the Patriots in his downward spiral of his career. At the end, we're talking about the Rams here. The only time he was in his prime during the Rams. Even though he was underrated, he was considered one of the good backs of the 2000s. Even when knowing that the 2000s running backs are stacked. Some NFL fans are wondering if Steven Jackson will even have an Hall of Fame candidacy. Will he be suggested later in his life anytime soon? Well, let's be honest, I don't think he had the stats for it. He only had 69 touchdowns on the ground and 9 receiving. And also he has only 3 Pro Bowls. And during his tenure, he only took his team to the playoffs only once, and that was in his rookie year in 2004. He had the Hall of Fame talent, but with his team, with the stats he had with that sorry team, it could be worthy. Let's be honest, he is in a Hall of very good. I don't think he'll be in the Hall of Fame no time soon. With some NFL fans hoping that he can be in the Hall of Fame anytime soon, it's just like hoping that the Rams return to St. Louis and move from LA. But for now, he's the guy that brought us much joy in the 2000s being an underrated running back he is in a stacked running back decade.